Frank Show, what? The Frank Show, come on, the Frank Show, what? The Frank Show, come on, the Frank Show, what? The Frank Show, come on, Frank Show. It's time for the show. Aloha headsets, Frank here, and having been caught up in a sea of VR wave shooters and puzzle games, today's title is a much-needed trip to shore. Pixel Rip 1989 from developer Ana Ribiero is both a stroll down memory lane and three-dimensional leap into the future. What started as a school project soon became one of the most interesting Oculus DK2 demos, and now, 4 years later, Ana has teamed up with Brazilian VR creative Arvore to bring us the first in her series of meta games. But what do I think of full release? You're gonna have to watch a review and find out. Story. When a digital villain has found a way to break out of the pixel realm and enter the real world, Dot must come to the rescue. You play Nicola, a second-grade girl addicted to playing your Game Boy in class, and when the evil Cyblin Lord threatens to wreak havoc on the real world, it's up to you and Dot to foil his dastardly plot. Gameplay. This is a DualShock 4 only game, but you also use gaze-based mechanics to control some aspects of the gameplay. Your main goal is to finish each level of your in-game game without the teacher noticing you playing. This is accomplished by playing anytime her back is turned or gazing at your spitball gun and using a spitball to create some form of distraction in class. So what you end up with is basically 2 games in 1. Your handheld game is truthfully one of the better platformers I've played in a long time. It's fun, challenging, has multiple paths and hidden items, but I don't want to give too much away. On top of that, each level also has a more VR-focused end stage that varies from level to level, all culminating in a final boss battle. If rushed, you can expect around 2 to 3 hours of gameplay, but that's without collecting every hidden cartridge. Controls. Your Game Boy controls as you'd expect and feels like a mix between Mario and Mega Man. Also, because the game only uses DualShock 4 as a reference for tracking, you can easily look around the entire room without any issues. Although, make sure your camera can see the light bar well, or else you'll end up with some weird tracking issues when lowering and raising your arms behind the desk. Visuals. This is an extremely clean game with minimal to no tearing and some high-quality visual effects that really stand out. I'm playing on a PS4 Pro, and I believe it does have some baked-in upgrades, but having now played the game on PC, OG, and Pro, I must say they did a fantastic job with visual parity across all platforms. Your in-game screen is also perfectly clear to the point where I had no issues reading the digital text within the virtual world. It's pretty overwhelming at times and creates an amazing sense of immersion. Audio. The audio might be one of my favorite parts. The sound effects in class create a wonderful schoolyard atmosphere, and all the in-game chiptunes were handcrafted for this title. The sound team did a great job on the spatial audio, and it truly aids the creation of a familiar and immersive atmosphere. Issues. I really didn't run into any game-breaking bugs. Like I said earlier, just make sure the camera can see the blue light on your controller, and you should be good to go. You can also hold down the options button to reorient your play space if you find things seem a bit off. Score. End of the day, Pixel Rip 1989 earns a solid 10 out of 10, making it my first 100% Frank-approved VR title. They took something extremely relatable, retro, and close to our gamer hearts and turned it all the way up to 11. With a classic story, innovative gameplay, clean visuals, and quality audio, it won't take long for you to get lost in your Game Boy, only to get pulled out by the crack of a ruler and cackle of an angry educator.
Just don't get caught.
Right! That's it! Take yourself with that infernal light box to the headmasters at once!
Pixel Rip 1989, coming this spring. Batteries sold separately, gear kit not included.
Alright, so what you think? You gonna grab it, you gonna wait for a sale, or you just gonna say forget about it? Let me know below. Thank you for coming through. Hope you enjoyed the review, and as always, if you want to stay up to date on everything PlayStation VR and you don't mind his ugly mug, friggin' subscribe. I mean, come on. Smudges. Monday through Friday.
Frank Show.
Monday through Friday.
Frank Show. Body on YouTube. Body on Frank Show. Body on YouTube. Body on Frank Show.
And that's how you do an outro.
I know what else to do.